One thing I was going to ask too, I've seen some financials from individuals that have sold before, and they understand the whole concept of seller discretionary earnings and add backs, and they've gotten as sophisticated as to start to move those line items into, kind of that chart of accounts further down, so they're really easy to identify. So stuff like discretionary travel, automotive, meals, entertainment, like that kind of stuff. Do any of your clients, or have you guys messed around with doing something like that, which like that really breaks down the level of ease to find that a lender's going to look at and a buyer's going to look at, and they can see, okay, this, and to quickly recap for people, that would be an expense that a buyer may not necessarily be taking over. Like those are usually done for tax purposes, to get the taxable income down as much as possible. So like I said, automotive, like if you got a car payment on there, the new buyer's not going to have a car, they may not have a car payment, or if they do, that's their own expense. So key man insurance, like stuff like that, are things that come up there quite frequently.
I love that. I mean, I think what you're articulating again is there's this dance of kind of arguing what is valid, what's discretionary, what's non-discretionary. And the answer is no to everything you don't ask for. And one of the cleanest ways to ask for it is to take a section kind of down where you would normally put payroll, kind of near the bottom of your P&L, and kind of make a discretionary spending account and add your owner salary. A lot of times a portion of your owner salary will go there. That's kind of the biggest one normally.
Yep.
You're going to conferences. Maybe you just choose to go to the Prosper Show or ASD. The travel, like you said, anything that because a smart entrepreneur is going to run some expenses legally through his business or her business that lowers tax liability. And a smart investor isn't going to punish you for that as long as you can demonstrate that the value of this asset you're selling me, the validity of the cash flow you're selling me isn't going to be diminished if I add this back for you. That's really the argument. And so I'm a proponent of, I would say, keep your P&L simple. So phase one is keep it simple. When you get maybe within 12 months of looking to sell, I would almost say, let's go ahead and start determining which of our line items might be discretionary. Let's talk to somebody like Nate and get an expert opinion on what the market is currently tolerating as an add back. And then as you get closer to actually putting your packet together, to be honest with you, with a professional accounting team like mine, taking 5 or 6 line items and moving the chart of accounts to make them a bundle, that's a 5-minute task. Like that's nothing you need to pay an expert to do. The big picture is, Nate, what's the market going to bear? Have we been smart enough to put those things in separate buckets now for the last year? And can we then turn around and just, before we print the packet, let's move them into a bucket down at the bottom that kind of separates it. And I think that's a great best practice. Probably not the first best practice, but I think it's one before you go to market that, again, it's always no unless you ask for it. I would put everything down there that you think is discretionary and make the investor argue with it.
Yep. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications about new videos and interviews. And introduce yourself in the comments. Are you a buyer or a seller?